Well, this is the last thing anyone wants to find in their mailbox. There is word tonight that more than 200,000 Americans got a notice last month that they could lose their homes. In the past 12 months, banks seized more than 1 million houses, and this really caught our eye. 23% of mortgage holders are now underwater. That is, they owe more to the bank than their home is worth. Now, almost a third of those homeowners say it's okay to give the keys back and just walk away. The foreclosure crisis is only getting worse, and we asked Jim Axelrod to look into it.
Bob and Julie Sistic's American dream is now in boxes after choosing to do what was once unthinkable, walking away from their mortgage.
No, not what I had envisioned.
They paid $700,000 for their house in Miami in 2005, a stretch for a firefighter and a secretary.
What were you doing getting that big of a mortgage?
We could afford it.
They could for a few years until Bob got hurt on the job and was out of work. By the time they tried to sell, the house was worth less than half what they'd paid for it.
You'd have to fork up $300,000 just to get out of the house.
Correct.
So a year ago, they stopped paying their mortgage. It's called strategic default. People with no hope of ever breaking even on their homes no longer try.
How does it settle on you to not be paying your mortgage?
I've totally failed. It's really difficult not to do what I said I was going to do.
No state has been hit harder by the housing crisis than Florida. Of 4.3 million mortgages here, 780,000 are in default. And 1 in 4 of those are these so-called strategic defaults, people choosing to walk away.
So we're at month 21 and still no foreclosure action.
Foreclosure attorney Shay DuPont tells her clients that surprisingly, their credit can recover in a few years.
It's not totaled at all. As long as you're paying all of your other credit on time, you should only expect about a 150-point hit on your credit score.
Another client, Victoria Wilkinson, hasn't paid her mortgage for nearly 2 years since her husband walked out. Because of the paperwork backlog, it could take the bank 3 years to foreclose.
And so what do you have to say to people who say, this is a moral failing, this is immoral what you're doing?
It's not. I want to do the right thing, but I also need to take care of myself and my son.
As for the Sistic's, they'll be moving in with family in North Carolina, heartbroken to leave their 3 grandchildren.
We try to do what's right.
It's a little hard to know what's right now.
With nearly 1 in 4 mortgage holders nationwide now underwater, it may be the best hope for some to stay afloat. Jim Axelrod, CBS News, Miami.